Hi friends, in this video I will reveal my secret formula for investing. Now you need to be paying really close attention because it is going to be super complicated, super hard to understand. Probably only finance professionals can understand it. No, I'm kidding. This formula I am going to present to you will be really simple because I am a simple man and my investing is really simple. But in fact it contains pretty much everything I do in my search for those great stocks I want to buy. So without further ado, let's go. Step 1. Understand the business and what the business actually sells to people. I don't invest in crypto, for example, because I don't understand crypto myself, so I have no business in investing in crypto. One should try to see always how the business you are going to invest in will look like in 10 years. Can something threaten the business? Can something make your business obsolete so that the products, for example, your business produces are not needed anymore in the future? Or will it most likely just keep on growing for the next 10 years and is even bigger and better company in 10 years time? And finally, does it have a moat? As everybody who has been listening to Warren Buffett knows what a moat is. Does it have a sustainable competitive advantage? After you have answered to yourself to these questions, you know, is this really kind of a strong company where I want to invest in, or is it something else? But the first step alone is not enough, so we move on towards second step in my investing formula, which is do your own valuation. Obviously, sometimes, well, most of the cases you want to invest in strong companies that have those strong sustainable competitive advantages, also known as moats, but there might be also cigar butt style of stocks, as Benjamin Graham would say. Businesses that are not so strong, are not in the growing industries, but can still be good investments. It all depends in the end on the valuation. So second step in my secret investing formula obviously is you need to do your own valuation every time. For me, in the most cases, the valuation method is discounted cash flow method. This part 2 considers risks and rewards in investing in any specific company when we look at the balance sheet, the financial health of the company, and its ability to generate free cash flow and hopefully growing free cash flow as the business becomes better, bigger, stronger every year when we move on. Then step number 3. Listen to opinions of other investors you trust. This is my third step. I have some people here on YouTube that I like to watch, people who I trust and I really think they are good investors. So I listen to these people and I want to seek kind of another opinion on any given stock, any given company I would like to invest in myself. I can admit to you that it gives me better conviction. It makes me feel more comfortable in investing any given stock if I know that some other people I find to be great investors are also interested in the stock and their valuations are similar to mine. So in the end, you always make your own decisions in the end, obviously, but I like to listen to people around me who I trust and try to take their opinions into account sometimes too. Then fourth step. Do the management team and board have skin in the game? If not, I can still invest in the company, but I have to admit to you that it's a huge red flag if the board, if the management team, nobody there really owns the company, the stock of their own company. I want the management team and the board to be owners of the company like I would be, not some hired hands only. Incentives always matter in life, and when the people working for you are owners too of the company, they have a great incentive to see in the long run the stock price of your company moving upwards. So I really like to see skin in the game too. Step number 5. Have the insiders been buying the stock? Insiders, that is usually the management team and the board, they can sell the stock for many reasons, but they buy the stock only for one reason, which obviously is that they expect the stock price of their company to go up. So have they been buying lately, let's say during the last year, during the last 2 years? How does it look like? Do they believe their own company is going to see a rise in their stock price soon? That is something I take into account. Obviously nothing that decides if I invest or not, but let's just say that it would be nice to see the insiders buying the stock too. Step number 6. One thing I kind of look when I'm looking into different companies is that, is this company important for the government? Is this company important for the greater society it operates in? For the United States, for example, I think they want to see Meta, former Facebook, doing good as a company, beating their Chinese competitor ByteDance. In other words, for example, Instagram beating TikTok. I think that is in the interest of the US government too, that Meta would do better than ByteDance. Google being the search engine of the world and not, for example, the Chinese Baidu. You see what I mean here. And let's say Intel, for example, being the number one chip maker in the world with most of the production in the United States and not in some other country like China. So these types of companies I just said here, Intel, Meta, you could throw in there, for example, the obvious companies that are important for your government, like, for example, defense sector, Lockheed Martin and General Dynamics, for example, for the United States. United States government and the society as a whole have an interest to see these companies doing good also in the future. So kind of importance for the government, importance for the society is kind of a small plus or a premium in my valuation I would be willing to give to any company while I'm doing the stock valuation. Let's just say that in my opinion, it isn't a bad thing if politicians are friends of your company you are investing in. Then step number 7 and the final step. All the previous points, all the previous steps I mentioned are kind of focuses on evaluating the company, evaluating the stock, but I just wanted to include the 7th and last point to say that always every investor should have some degree of risk control in their portfolios when it comes to which companies you own and actually how many companies you own in your portfolio. It can be that 10 companies, you have 10 companies in your portfolio and 2 will be great, do absolutely great, be multi-baggers. 6 will do okay, but 2 can go bankrupt and everything goes wrong with 2 of your investments. This happens, and this obviously is okay. This is okay, this is investing. Your portfolio will take a hit with those 2 companies going bankrupt, that's for sure. But when you do a mistake, make sure the mistake won't kill your whole portfolio. Imagine if you had just invested in 2 companies and you are really unlucky and you end up having good theories, believing in those companies, but the world takes unexpected turns and you see those 2 companies going bankrupt. That means your portfolio is essentially $0 in value and your portfolio is killed. Don't let that happen, so take care of sufficient diversification. Myself, for example, I have 12 companies now in my portfolio, with the biggest bet being almost 30% in uranium. Actually just sold it a little bit to take it under 30% actually. But as said, level of diversification needs to be determined by every investor themselves, and literature, academic literature probably can help you a little bit, but I find myself being totally comfortable with 12 positions. Could even be less than 12, I would say, but I wouldn't probably sleep good at nights if it would be under 6 positions, let's say, or then 1 position being like 50% of my whole portfolio. Probably wouldn't sleep good with that. So I probably won't go under 6 positions or ever have 1 position being 50% of my portfolio. Obviously, when diversifying, remember to check that not all companies operate in the same industry or operate in the same country, geographical area, or are somehow else too related to each other. So just as a last 7th point, when you actually choose the companies in your portfolio, always keep in mind the diversification and proper level of it according to your own needs and according to what makes you sleep good at night. Okay, let's have a recap. This is how my secret formula for investing looks like after 6 years of learning how to invest actually. That's how long I have been doing this and learning on investing, 6 years. Number 1, Learn the business and what they do. Number 2, do your own valuation. Number 3, seek other trusted people's opinions. Number 4, do management team and the board have skin in the game, yes or no? 5, has there been insider buying lately, yes or no? 6, does the government want this company to succeed and is the company truly valuable for the society? Should I give it a premium price, yes or no? And 7, finally, take care of portfolio diversification to some extent at least. When I understand the business myself, it looks undervalued, have other trusted people agreeing with me that it looks undervalued, see that management team and the board are big owners too of the company, and have hopefully recently purchased more stock. The company serves a critical mission in a society, and finally, my portfolio keeps on being well enough diversified after I buy the company. I am going to buy this company for sure and buy the company stock for sure. Now, do you agree with me? How does your secret formula for investing look like? I would be curious to know. Would you add something? Would you take something away? Let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe Arctic Money channel to show support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.